Hello, 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 and welcome to another stream. We are back to Oumaji. I mean, I guess as per norm, but... Oh, I thought they went for a second. Oh, this was the fun one that we played last time, in which I mess up and almost lose. But we just endgame it. So we'll watch this as I put out the announcement for the stream. Hey, how's it going? I'm down. Give me a second to put out the notification. Okay. Sorry, I have the announcement all written up now. And now I just need to paste it in a couple of places. Okay. 1 and 2 and a 3. Oh, come on. Go load faster. Okay, now I am ready. Oh, we didn't even get to my my unforced error. Okay. Yeah, what kind of map would you like? Will you like normal lakes again? Hey, how's it going, B-Jax? Doing pretty good here. Today was just a bit of a grind. Do something fun. Oh dear. Massive War World. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh. I meant it quite literally. I work in a... What's it called? Machining shop right now. And I did a lot of grinding today. I ground parts for 7 hours. So it's not really winding down, but it's nice not to be sitting there grinding parts. Oh my heck. Let's go continents. I'm curious. Let's go... Yeah, huge continents. Oh, uh-oh. Whoops. Yeah, you just need to come over here in person and then we can play passing play. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. GLHF. Good luck. And yeah, can review it at the end. I left it open, so you can pick whatever. If you're still here. Okay, I have a fun idea for this. For this match. Let's see if we get to do it. Nope, here we go. Nice. Okay, yeah, I don't know if we'll get to try out my fun idea, but we'll see. This is a very much a on the fly build order, or opening order, by the way. So if it sucks, well, I'm going to blame it on the impromptu-ness rather than on the meanness. I've been trying like just a straight philosophy rush with Aquarian, and you can't really do that with Oumaji. I mean, you could, just almost as easily as with Aquarian, but then you miss out on your ride 2. So I think we're gonna go west and go south. So it kinda looks like we might be on the same continent, unless it like just cuts off right against where we see right now. So well, there you go. There's step 1 of it cutting off. So half the point relies on us not getting a whole bunch of tech. Besides just going for meditation. And not a whole lot of units. So that's why I went to continents. It's because it's much easier to do on continent style map where you only have a couple exploration directions anyway. Okay. So we see that, so I'm gonna go south. Okay. So we want to explore over there, but we kind of want meditation next turn, then philosophy, and then we'll go for all the fun things. I know. Turn 6 meditation on purpose. What is he doing? This wacko. Wacko! It could go horrible. He could be sharing the same continent as us. In which case we don't get our peace monument. We don't get to field goal. We might not even be able to go philosophy. The thing that I do like is that if you get to Ruin, it's all upside. Like, there's literally not a bad option that you can get from a Ruin if you're going meditation rush on continents. Okay, let's go. We kind of have to go workshops with this, just because we're not rushing philosophy quite as hard as you can with IMO. Or even with some other tribes. Oh, wow, I'm wheezy. It's probably from the grind. So I fully expect him to get into the water first with us doing this. So we saved 2 turns, which is fine because we can't even capture a village for until the turn after next. Okay. Okay. Safety warrior. May as well. Okay. So now we have the money for philosophy. So I might go philosophy, and then fishing. Fishing would cost 7 after philosophy. No, it costs 6. Right, because it's a 33% discount. And that's very tractable. So 19 is 6, so 8, so 2. Oh, well, that's super convenient. If he's gonna walk into our fishing lane, we can get double upgrade next turn. And philosophy. We might be in the clear for meditation too. Yeah, this is turn 4. Turn 4 of our meditation shenanigans. That's an interesting spur. That's really nice for us, actually. Nope. Save the 3 stars. Save the 3 stars, Arvis. I was like, oh, I need to pop this so I can make a custom house, like heck you do. Like heck you do, Arvis. Ooh, wow, this is a beautiful, beautiful spawn. Wow, I really kind of want to get into the water now. I mean, that sounds sarcastic, right? But like, seriously. Okay. We're getting pacifist this turn. Which is great. Which is great. We're actually kind of close to Grand Bazaar. Like we could go. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look and think. So if I go like this, right? That doesn't work. That's the official word on it. It doesn't work. Oh my heck. Okay. Time to improvise. Wait. Oh, it's next turn. Well, I just kind of ruined my turn. Because I thought that 2 things were going to happen that didn't happen. The sport connection and getting meditation ruin. So apparently it counts at the end of, like when you pass turn, it counts it. That's good to know. Wish I'd had known that beforehand. I guess gotta learn sometime. Oh yeah, see? He's getting a hedge now. Yeah, I thought it would. But I have a bad instinct for when it's going to connect and when it's not. Oh, they do sometimes. They do sometimes. It's just not all the time. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Well, you know that's faster. What do you know? Roundwalks say, alas, hey, this guy's on a lake. That's so punny. What a guy. Okay, so he already has his POF, that's why. Did he get to park? No. Yeah, okay, he didn't. It's like, no way. Yeah, no way. He didn't. Did not, good sir. Okay, so we don't really care about board growthing this. Let's go alter for POF. And I think I want this tile. So we're going to actually board growth. Let's put that right there. Oh, I've been playing too much Aquarian. I was like, oh yeah, I can't burn forest anyway. But yes, you can burn forest if you're not Aquarian. Okay, so we took 1 explorer, so we actually have decent economy. Like everything else is. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I wasn't just walking on the water, is because I'm not Aquarian. Oh, a shooty. Good news, we have philosophy. And he's getting 11 stars from us. I mean, with 7 stars earlier was definitely better, right? But And we also kind of anticipated this. I could get this a turn earlier if I get to Rammer, but then it's 5 stars just for a turn earlier when I'm almost certainly going to get it anyway. Okay, what was that? Farming. Oof. That's smart, though. He already had control of these 2 bridge tiles. Well, he had control of this bridge tile. Looks like he was getting control of this bridge tile from a village right here that I just collected, but nice to control this side of the continent, too. I mean, theoretically, he could block me off with, spiritualism. Slow down my approach. Yeah. I think we're okay with just being greedy as heck. Because, you know, philosophy. We don't have the same killer SPT that, oh dear, Justini had, just because we aren't playing Zabazi and we don't have the crazy amounts of farms and forest tiles. You know, if I'd made unit second, I could have gotten 2 upgrades this turn. Oh well. Definitely should have, but what can you do? Okay, I might make a... Wow, he's really just bullying that friend. Okay, good news. We can go sailing this next turn. Debating sailing versus farming. Farming is nice because that lets us get into markets sooner. It also gets us 3 upgrades. Yeah, just the 3. Rogues gets us another upgrade. He already has windmills. Looks like he's able to rush much, much faster with just skipping the philosophy. Does he go windmill there? Guess that's one good market, but... Okay. So, let's go farming first. Then let's go a couple of upgrades. We have 7 minutes already. Jeepers. Just jeepers. Okay, that's those upgrades taken care of. I'll go sailing, mostly because I want to punch that guy. I know, punch isn't the correct term, but I'm punching him. Okay. Workshop. 8. We have this lovely, lovely little way to upgrade, so we'll go ahead and take it. Okay. And we'll go ahead and capture. Stand right there, that covers a lot. I don't know that I need a mine vendor yet. It's probably better to skip it for now. Let's get one more explorer here, because we really like having ocean vision. Oh wow. Come on. Ugh. There are so many mountains I could have walked on, and he chose not to. He being our sad explorer. So right there. So we can hunt that down with the scout nice and easily. It even lets us get a movement onto like this tile with our giant. So it's right there, by the way. So it looks like he's going the full upgrade. Like full eco boost before getting, you know. Is he going? Oh. Oh. He surely walked there. So he should have vision on me. I mean, I guess. Right, we just go hit. I'm surprised he didn't get a bridge there. That's what I was thinking about. And I was perfectly willing to sack this city. Because it's only ever gonna be a level 1 or level 2 say maximum. Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it. That's clever. I like it. Oh, if that works, though, I'm going to have to give all the credit to you. I mean, credit where credit is due. But when he's like, little ragey. Just kidding, I don't think of this guy as a rager from how he talks. But, poor guy. Oh hey, look! It's a ruin. That's ruintacular. Oh no, these jokes are ruining me. I'll stop. Don't know why I should, but I'll do it anyway. Okay. Yeah, so he doesn't know that we have philosophy, right? Like, there's no sign of it, is there? And he hasn't taken an explorer. Oh my heck. We actually might get this. That's ridiculous. That's 100% disgusting. He might have a port up here. So he might get the snipe off on it still. Like, just walk east with the whatever. We'll see what he does. Okay, so let's pull these guys up a little. So they're closer to being in range of that stuff. No! He saw! He saw! How did he see? It was the perfect plan. He must have taken an explorer on that city that we don't have vision of. Well, he's on our continent. Oh no. Maybe we'll just have to go kill him. When you can't beat him, you beat him. Is there gonna be another French? Out of the fog. Perfectly willing to go for like this rear city or even the sea. Okay. I dig that because I'm fine with making these other scouts. Let's go here. I kind of want rogues. Yeah, we'll send it up here. Yeah, so I don't see a way to get the kill on this. Because zone control, right? So if this weren't mounting, but it seems he has really good vision on me. So we'll make do. Oh, I don't see how he's going to get that one. So we're fine. Okay, let's make a warrior, a warrior. A warrior here. Okay. So I want to claim. It is a good deterrent. We should have made this guy. I think we could have had double deterrent. We could call it our detergent. Would have been great. So that could be a porridge, theoretically. No, because they're back buns. My wife asked if anybody's laughing at my jokes, and I said no. See, it'd be really nice if we had peers. I think I'm fine with backing off with this juggernaut to try and take advantage of. Oh! Oh, me Jackson worked. Your idea worked. That instant resign though. Oh, that's so great. Oh. I didn't think that was going to work. Oh my heck. That's amazing. This poor guy. Poor Kyofo. Poor Maxwell. Oh dear. GG if you're listening, Kyofo. Quilfo? Quilfo. Oh, that's a good spawn. Full concession there. Oh, you meant to go bridge for... Oh, I was wondering. Because, yeah. Yeah, like a bridge there made a lot of sense. So, I'll come clean. That wasn't my idea to put Mindbenders in front. That was B-Jax's idea. So, all the, all the, rage at him. Blame credit. Yeah, well, thank you. Although I did make a bit of a difference. Not exploring this area where there could be a village. You always want to explore where there could be villages, of course. You had a nice spawn too. I wasn't sure why you sent not sure why you sent the giant south, because I'm to the east. like spawn wise and like you actually have vision on me. Another little thing. Oh, I didn't see that you had a room back there too. So you took this as an explorer, I'm guessing? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because you had fishing on my exact area. Oh, that makes sense. Why you didn't see the Mindbender coming. That makes sense. So, yeah, when I didn't make the Mindbender over here, I guess that kind of worked in my favor. I was like kind of kicking myself afterwards because I was like, oh yeah, I should make one there to zone control too. But I guess that kind of lulled you into a false sense of, well, he's not doing Mindbenders anymore. Figured out that was a bad idea. Oh, okay, so yeah, you already did have rogues. Interesting. Yeah, makes sense. And this was a really good play. Like, being able to road thatching bridge into it. Yeah, honestly, my only real things are, like, don't, walk your giants into the fog. If you know that the opponent has Mindbenders especially, or if they have a lot of unexplained score. And, yeah, checking for villages. Misclick happening, sorry, but I was testing out Aquarian philosophy today, and I kept, misclicking the monuments instead of the resources. I did. You're exploring this continent, or like this part of the continent, that's good. Yeah, I think 400. Yeah, I think it might work on 324. But it seems to work okay on 400. It's slow. But with Aquarian, you do want a lot attack. So, yeah, like, playing on 400 gives you more time. That's part of why I was doing philosophy here too. Gilfo, I was just trying out. Because it's 400, so I figured it should work. And it worked okay. Didn't have markets by the end, but I was impressed that you got, yeah. Yeah, it's good for 400. I don't know that I would do it in other circumstances, but on 400 maps, sure. I was impressed that he got windmills up that quick. But I guess, like, he only went for those techs. I don't know, you got it at a decent time. I think maybe leaving yourself more market spots would have been good. So, like, on your capital, for instance, you could put a windmill right there. Sorry, so wheezy today. I don't know why. Probably just inhaled too much dust. Could have left room for a windmill there and then made a market back here and maybe over here. That's something that I'm trying to, like, get down, though, is, like, my market placement. Like, market and windmill placement. Because instead of, like, 2 buildings, you have to, like, plan out... Sorry, instead of 1 building, like customs house, you have to plan out, like, 10. Because with custom houses, you just did your counting, right? Like, what has the biggest number of ports? What has the most shallow water next to it? Much, much, much harder. With these. But yeah, GG. I think I looked bigger than I actually was too, because I had philosophy for one, and I also had what's the word? I also was exploring like the water on the south. Like I cut you off before you could see that I really didn't have much down south. Because yeah, if we look at the end there, I was working my way to the south and like trying to expand aggressively. But like, yeah, that's all I had. I guess I did have more of the map. Because you had like this this third, and I was pretty confidently entrenching this like half thing where you're like finding out over the last like 6. Yeah. GG. I mean, you're only one tech away from markets. Like, I didn't have construction or markets. So, what was our SPT like, actually? Comparative SPT. All these times that I keep closing out. So, turn 15, I had 38. We'll call it a nice round 40. Unless you're close to that too, in which case we won't. Yeah, you're only 3 SPT behind me. Like, I do have philosophy, but you have construction. Acquiring on 900. Well, always rush philosophy. If you're on 900, doesn't matter what tribe you are, you always go philosophy. Like, as one of your first checks. And welcome back, Bluish Tint. Yeah, 900, like, really, if you're one player, like, 1v1, 400 and 900, you always go philosophy. I think you can even pull it off on, like, watery larges, too. You might not be able to go philosophy on drylands, I guess, 400. I think you still can, but, yeah, you just go philosophy pretty early. Well, it's a 5-player FFA, or am I dyslexic? Yeah, 5-player FFA. 900 map. Aquarian. Yeah, you still go philosophy. I would, in that situation, I would, go for diplomacy too. Like, probably as like your 3rd line attacks. Like, get like an eco tech, then you go philosophy, then you go back for a little bit more eco, then you go diplomacy, I think. And like make peace with like 2 other tribes that you're not fighting with. You can follow me right now, but yeah, I don't have a subscribe button yet. We're getting close. Twitch has like certain requirements that you have to do before, but yeah, getting close. Yeah. Yeah, if the more people stay or watch through the whole stream, the thing that's like really holding me up right now is just average viewer watching. Like average viewer count. Like, thank you for all your support, you guys. And yeah, that's like the thing that's making it so people can't subscribe right now. Just average viewer count. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do enjoy talking to you guys. It's much, much more fun than monologuing. I mean, did learn how to monologue. Not that I need much teaching, I guess, but...
Because he's a villain, guys. That's why he monologues.
Yeah, it does make me feel a little neurotic. Just a little neurotic. Yes, me too. I heard that. I heard that. Yeah. Yeah, 900. I mean, I guess the only other, like, suggestions. He seems so nice, though. Neurosis isn't bad, it's just a personality type. You're put on a scale. Everybody is either a little neurotic or a little bit of the other thing. I don't remember what the pair is on the personality charts. Obviously, I didn't look at the other thing because why would I bother? I already know what I am. You know. Just kidding. Go for it. That means we can... Oh, somebody was in there. Oh, well. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay. Yeah, I know I closed those games. Okay, what's your player thing? Oh, and what map type? Okay. That's okay, we can go over it and talk about it. Blue tint, nice. Very matchy. Very matchy. Okay. You go ahead and take whatever you normally play with. Would you prefer a watery map type or a drier map type? Let's go normal, lakes, or Pangea. Pangea or lakes? Up to you. Which, like, we prefer? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, go wherever you want. This is a Oumaji only series for me, so I'm going to go Oumaji. But I'm good if you want to take Illyrian or Samanti or whatever. Okay. So yeah, let's just play through. Sounds good. GLHF. We'll go through the game really fast, then we can talk about it at the end. We can talk about whatever you would like to. Okay, looks like he's going pretty standard. Yeah, he already did his exploring. Oof. We missed village with Raichu. I probably should have gone to the east. We'll go east this next time. We could actually go for fishing and get around. Sounds good, thanks. Okay, it looks like he's doing the same exploration pattern that I am. We'll see from his score this time if he gets a village. Okay, so that's a tech, probably Ord. So that's the village. Then, yep, then he moved his Raichu. Okay. Okay, so we're skipping warrior this time because we missed village. Okay, so that was a movement because he was at 95 or something, right? Okay, so then he's getting an upgrade and a movement. So he moved both of his units, got an upgrade. Okay, we need... I would like to take a workshop, but we need an exploring the situation. That sucks. Okay, there we go. So the upshot to that is we get our level 3 a turn earlier. And I'm actually going to make a rider instead of getting a second workshop. Only because we have vision on him. We know what the deal is. Ugh. We know what the deal is, so we'll deal it. We'll deal with it. Okay. Okay. Take that just in case. Okay, let's go double workshop now, just so we can focus on units. That is quite a few ruins. That's 5 right there, isn't it? That's really nice. Real nice. Okay. So, the problem for him is he doesn't have vision. We can tell because of his score. This is maybe even his Raichu. He hasn't found a C3. Oh, that's definitely the worst move. Like, I get the idea because he doesn't necessarily know about this one. Right, but we can be super aggressive here. Yeah, sorry. You didn't know about the other rider, but this is small, and it's an Oumaji mirror, so if you're retreating, generally, try a retreat a little bit further away. Okay. So let's see where this guy goes. Nice, that's good. Interesting. I don't think that's the best move. We can't actually kill this because we're 1 star short. So let's go ahead and take the ruin. Interesting. Okay, we got the hit. Really debating going climbing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Here's what we'll do. Do that. That takes care of the city just fine. So I'll take this because that's the only turn he's going to get the ruin. It's not a raring sword swing for him. So that's good news for us. I didn't catch if he got another village or not. Okay, so road might be necessary right there. Maybe not. He hit with the correct unit first. I think he's debating... Oh, smart. So he's trying to get the other ruin off of this rather than trying to capture this for sure. I think he instinctively can say, I'm not getting this city. But that's fine. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead and collect. That's a nice one. No, that was the right move. Definitely the right move there. Okay, so let's go like this. 'cause that's a... Okay. I mean, I guess you didn't need to. But I had to pay to unsiege it, so it's not all bad. Okay. So... let's go ahead and take an explorer now. Because I would really like vision on everything. Okay, we don't see anything else. You're good. Just listening, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm being careful about what I say. But we'll go over this game together, too. Priyan. Nice. Did we play against... did we play against you? Priyan. Or did you mean something else and I'm like overreading a mistype? A typo, that's what it's called. I don't know what it is with my brain and words sometimes. Okay. So here's how we kill this. Oh, nice. Nice. Look at you guys being... oh, shoot. I messed up. I didn't do my math. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1. I can't make that work, can I? No, I can't. Oh, sad. Sad life. I mean, I guess I could do that, but it doesn't do much good. Okay. Well. Pretty sure there was a kill there that I totally messed up. That means that's going to take a couple more turnings, since I didn't do it right this time. Okay. Oof. Way to flex. Dynamic interactive. Dynamic. Wait, am I technically Arvis interactive? I'm sorry, now I'm just teasing your name. I know you probably meant something besides I interact with the world with your username. Taboli. I know it's a problem, I'm working on it. Okay, so we'll talk about some of the little micro moves at the end when we're going over this too. But yeah, I also don't know that he has vision on all this stuff. I guess not. See, I have 2 explorers. Oh, that guy went right there. That needs to die. No, needs to die. Okay. Here's how we do this. Oh. Oh, would you look at that? A cheeky son of a gun is going for another village. A cheeky son of a gun. No! Oh, he has 2 villages. That's so cheeky. Well. Let's push. Push, push, push. We'll leave that right there. Okay, so we're getting this A, we're not getting this one. We're not set up on this. Interesting. Since he's on a mountain, you can't walk into that city. That's why we didn't make anything there. Got 2 varying swordsmen. Yeah. It takes 10 riders. I mean, Oumaji getting a varying swordsman is basically like them getting a free centipede. Like, it's not the same, but it's pretty close. As far as, like, the amount of effort it takes to kill, it's basically the same. I think we'll just play it conservatively. Make units. Okay. One, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. Had I, done my job right, made units last, we would be fine right now. But no. I have to play like a noob. It's always quick play. Okay, so starting this turn, we're going to make 2 rogues. We're gonna make 3 rogues. Wow. We're going to get the upgrade. So that's great for us. Him killing our bearing right there. Because these 3 are out of the action for a turn now. I mean, not perfectly out of the action, but it doesn't super matter. Oh, beginning a turn. Beginning a turn, we're going to do the thing I said. We're going to do the thing I said. Wow, look at that. When I do the things, I get lots of money. Wow. Amazing. Watch, we'll get even more money. That's why we are bothering with all that nonsense. Let's not give him the killer monument, just in case. Just in case. Okay. Just take it back. Hahalim? How do you say that? Hahalim? It kind of sounds like Valhalla. Valhalla. just take it back. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything here. You know what? If I do this, can he even? I mean, he can't connect anything. Wait, now. Roading into me is harder. Oh. Hala is where all the poor souls who have to hear Arvis's bad jokes go. So what does that say about you? You don't have to hear all my bad jokes. I guess that's just where my wife is. Poor wife. Poor wife who has to listen to bad jokes. I mean, I guess she doesn't have to. She could put earplugs in or take more drastic measures, but... Is that killer? Mug. Hey, I think we're going to mug this guy. Just kidding. Okay, GG. Okay, let's review. What do you want to 7 out of 10 on killer? Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, part of this, right, was first player advantage. We both missed. Oh. You slid onto it by tag teaming, didn't you? Nice. That's good play. Hello. Okay, let me read this. Debut. Hello, I am releasing my debut Polytopia channel this Saturday. I am having trouble consistently winning enough to getting higher than 1200, but I just can't get up to 13 or 1400. Excellent strategist, so I feel like I'm missing something. Any suggestions? Being an excellent strategist and being good at Polytopia are two different things. I know that sounds brutal, but that's the same thing with a lot of strategy games. Strategy can be very abstract and is extremely useful, of course, but like how you put it into use varies greatly. Yeah, it's like each strategy game has its own skill. I'll come back to you, Lord Savaroth. Let me talk over this game with Bluish Tint. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you have to play. So, the making units thing, you'll notice I start off with just 2 units like you, but then I take an Explorer, and that gives me a nice little eco boost, and that's important. Your first Explorer, well, as long as like you plan it so it connects, that gives you an important eco boost, which let me get another upgrade, and then I decide to skip an upgrade, skip a workshop to go for another unit, and then you'll notice all my units are going in the same direction because I sense a weakness here. So yes, explore quicker for sure on these smaller maps. That's not true for bigger maps, but on smaller maps it's true. It also kind of depends on if you are going to go climbing or not. So here, if we look at it from your perspective, here you have these couple of mountains, but the mountains aren't really blocking you from getting anything. So you do see that there's potentially a village right here because of this shore tile. You're exploring back over here. That's really good, by the way. That's usually my #1 recommendation to lower rated players, is to just make sure they're expanding. Good on you. You're making sure you keep expanding. Here, oh yeah, that's something that's a little bit learned. I always check my shore tiles just so I know what the game looks like in the fog, because like that's the only one of the only indicators that you get about what you can't see, right? Like you get indicators based on where units like riders retreat back to, where like arrows come from the fog, where units come from when they walk into your vision, and occasionally you can see a road connection like into the fog, but you don't usually do that. Yeah, so shorelines are pretty important. Just for going here, yeah, you kept expanding, that's good. In your shoes, I would have gone for this explorer for this workshop, and then for this explorer. That was just because of the score, right? So if we look right at turn 3, turn 3. Wait, how come you had? Oh yeah, you had 4 stars. Okay, yeah, that's right. So yeah, here. Oh, I did cross 1k. Yeah, 1k. So yeah, if they're past the 1005 score, then yeah, you're good to take an explorer. So here, you had a perfect setup for an explorer. So I would have taken an explorer here. Explorers chase the nearest fog tiles. Thanks. Appreciate it. I want to talk to you about your stuff because you bring up interesting issues, Lord Xavaroth. Want to just quickly go over this game really quick. So, yes, that being an explorer, you would have found me for 5 stars, which means you would have got the workshop a turn earlier. And so this turn you could have made 2 riders instead of that workshop. Also because of the so here's where the explorer really comes in handy. And the explorer is really an economic play, which doesn't sound intuitive, right? Because it's 1 fewer SPT, but it gives you the initial capital, right? Like trying to use the economic word. Gives you the initial capital boost from the meeting stars. It also saves you units because you know what to do. Yeah, so vision and workshop instead of just workshop, exactly. But it also would have let you see where my units were moving. So here, you didn't know that was a bad play because you didn't have vision, right? You're denied that earlier meeting, for one, because I disappeared into your fog. So you're still behind on eco. And yeah, you don't know what I'm doing. So here, getting rogues is really nice. Getting this is nice. Oh, you got an explorer off of there. So you did get an explorer, it just was a little delayed. So here, that was the correct play. Well, I guess you could have considered retreating this rider too, but killing that to try to get the ruin was definitely correct. Yeah, so you can see here I have a lot of units. That's partially because I got that eco boost ahead of time, right? It's also because I have more cities. Because I got that early explorer vision, I was able to deny you space. Sorry, I'm trying to turn the fog off. So here, in this situation, right, we actually have similar amounts of space. Except I get vision. So imagine if you had taken an explorer instead on this turn 3. So you move. That is good because it directs your explorer south, which is where I am. So like say you unfog about like this amount of stuff. Like, that's a pretty reasonable expectation. And fogging, like, this area. So that means, if we leave it right there, that means you get vision on me, because, say, remember, it was about, like, this area. Reasonable expectation. You can get better and you can get worse. You see that I have a say right here. Alright, and you see that I have a rider over here, and you see that I make another rider. This turn. But even before you see that, you hag the workshop. You also get to, go double rider on turn 4. So, turn 4, you see this at the start of your turn, and you're making, yeah, we're still on your side. You're making 7 SPT, you're making 6 SPT. So you make double rider, right? Or, yeah, you are at 7 stars and you have 6 SPT, so you make double rider. Or you pull this rider up to here, or even here. Here's a great spot too. Then you have the range, or I guess you need a road, so maybe you only go single right, because then you would be at 4 going on 10. No, you'd still be 1 star short of getting that road. So here you would kind of have to skip the village. What you could do, if you had vision, is you could actually hit this, like hit the rider, and then bounce onto here. You can be fairly confident that I don't have, well, and then just go double rider, right? Because the next turn, you have 2 riders. You bring the 2 riders close enough to be able to unsiege the following turn, which would make it easier to kill, for me to kill you. Oh, less health. So the only thresholds that really matter are like the thresholds that let you go into like the 1-hit kills, or let other units survive after killing you. So for riders, the threshold that you really care about is 7 HP if it's undefended. So whenever you hit a defended rider, you drop them down by 5 and you take 2 damage. Let's see if we can find an example of that. So like here, for instance, that drops him down 6, like a rider to rider hit. So 8 HP is like the perfect HP, right? For a rider to be at. Like, it gets retaliation to HP. That's great for a rider, because it can't be one-shot by another rider. Yeah. And then you either back up. But like this rider, I left this HP rider on the save because it was damaged, right? And I know it's going to die. I just want it to capture the village. So it's not going to get one shot though. It's going to take 2 rider hits. And like having another unit needing to attack you is a really big threshold. Because like... So it gets the fortified bonus now. And I'm pretty sure it has to be 7 HP. So if we look, you make a road here, right? And by the way, the road should have been off on this tile. It should have been going east because that gives you the connection. Little note. So yeah, see? It was 8 HP, fortified, so you took 2 HP of damage, right? So you're still in the clear. My rider having 8 HP back here was important because you could have made a road right here, and if it had 7 HP and you made the road, then I die. I wasn't sure that you could make roads, but I knew that if you had like another rider in range somehow, like, then you'd be able to get the kill, but, yeah, you wouldn't be able to get both riders in range on turn 6 from what I could see, because I had vision on this. So, I mean, I'm not guaranteed that there's not a rider here and here, right? But that's just unlikely on turn 6. So I know that your riders are like 2 moves away or 1 road away, right? And both of your new riders can't use the same road. So as long as I am not a 1-hit kill, you can't just like swoop in and kill my rider. So yeah, like being able to like siege villages with an HHP thing is something to think about. So here technically the more correct play, if you're really, really messing with your micro, is to bounce this rider that has the kill over to the ruin, because the ruin one is going to survive if you siege the city. So then your rider that survives has 1 kill left over, right? Just basic micro ideas. You want to Yep. You want to try load up all of your kills on the same units, if you can. So, something that I do pretty often, let's go to a different game. Something I do pretty often, this is lakes, is when I get really damaged units, let's go to my vision. Oh, this isn't a good example of it. Let's see if I have a good example of it. $196 lakes. No, this game ended pretty quickly. Yes, this was a good example. Okay, so if we go over to here, this is how I microing the mid game. We just look at it from my perspective. You'll see I have these low HP units in the back. I keep my riders in play for longer by exploiting the kills. So I hit with the newer units first, right? And then I finish with my lower HP units to get the kills and to get the health boost back up to full. So my like 1 HP, 2 HP, 3 HP units, I tend to think of as the ones farming the kills on the riders. It's harder when they're just making warriors, but like with polytars, rafts, riders, archers, I generally try and have like a couple of low HP units in the back that I'm farming the kills on, and then I'll cycle them. Once those get the kills and get promoted to Varings, then I'll use them as the tanking units again, and my lower HP units I send to get the kills for the next round, right? And then it just cycles. Cycle of veterans and tanks. And then eventually, like, the Varing gets down to like 2 HP and it's at the end of its life cycle. I do recover, but only once I get to the Varings not being useful. So like the Varings being low HP, then I generally like try to recover them if I have the like spare cycles, like if I have the spare units, or if like I just have the spare units, like I'm not going for a kill on a particular unit, then I'll recover it. So like here, I think I actually do recover like this 3 HP guy because I'm not using it for anything. And just because I'm playing like a live game, I let it recover. If like I trained myself to never like press the heal button unless like I'm playing with cloaks, in which case there's a slightly different set of rules. But generally speaking, if I'm playing a live game, I don't press the heal button because I don't have time. But yeah, I only really recover when there's nothing else to do with the unit. And usually I can find some use for the unit. So with riders, the killing threshold is 7 HP for an undefended rider and like a full HP unit. It's a little bit different with like different HP levels. So like the 3 HP rider can kill a 5 HP rider. It can't kill a 6 HP rider. Yeah. So if the rider is in the red, then like if it's below 4 HP, it can get killed by anything. If it's at 4 HP, it can get killed by anything except for a 1 HP rider. If it's 5 HP, then 3 HP and up can kill it, etc. Yeah, 7 HP is the thing that a full health rider can kill. With warriors, it's 5 HP is the like easy kill threshold. 6 HP is where you can kill a warrior with a healthy warrior rider, or archer for that matter. 6 HP, as long as it's not defended. But 5 HP can get killed by any health between 10 and 5. So like, if this weren't defended, this rider could kill that. Oh, bounce on into the village after attacking the rider. Yeah, so that was because of the kills. That was just because the kill was on the unit that landed on the city. So if we go back to it, it's turn 7. So see here, oh well, let's skip through the explorer. So this hit, this has the kill. That's a fun image. This guy has the kill, and that's a pretty common like micro archetype when you're playing with riders. Is the one that like it starts sieging the village is the one that has the kill. So generally you don't try. Yeah, this is the one that doesn't have the kill. This one's 0 kills. This one's 1 kill. Before the village was captured. I said pound. Oh, after attacking the rider. Oh, back here. So like, say you're taking the explorer, and then yeah, and then you had that rider in the same place. Yeah, so here you do it because it's free damage essentially, right? You're doing 5 HP of damage for him not being able to, or for me not being able to kill you still. Like, it takes the same number of hits for me to kill you, whether or not you hit my rider. So you may as well hit my rider. Does that kind of make sense? That's like a free hit. Like, yeah, it still costs you 2 HP of damage, but it doesn't, like, cost you an extra hit. Yeah, it doesn't. You can see when is it? Oh, yeah. No, it's just 2 HP. There, you can look through the game and see that it only does 2, but yeah, it only does 2. Yeah, I don't know of a situation. Well, I guess if the rider is walled, or maybe if it has a... No. And yeah, I don't know of any situation besides like a walled rider where a rider does 3 retaliation damage. I guess maybe... Actually, I guess it does if it's a low HP unit. Like if it's like a 3 HP rider attacking a defended rider. But yeah, there's just like lots of little micro thresholds. There. Yes. For that situation. It also means that wall-bearing defenders one-shotting all my units. Yeah. Honestly, if they have like a walled defender on a say, you either ignore the city or you like make 2 giants or you get some kind of ranged attack going. Generally speaking. Scarred. Yeah, if the defender's a veteran, you already attacked it too much. Okay. Any other questions with this game? Those were my main comments, like being conscious about the rogues, thinking more about the explorer early, since this is a small map type, and yeah, some micro ideas. At least 20 amphibians died to pull off that siege. That's a horrible casualty rate. Hey, anytime. I enjoy talking about this stuff because it makes my nerding feel worth it. Okay. Let's talk about what Lord Savarroth said. Savarroth. Okay, hello. I'm releasing my debut Polytopia channel this Saturday. Having a trouble getting higher than like 1300, 1400. Okay. So I guess what we could talk about are some of the common mistakes that I see at that level. So at that ELO level, that tells me that your problem isn't so much strategy, so much as mechanics of the game, right? And that makes sense, right? Because when you're learning a game, you need to learn like the mechanics and like the sort of grammar or logic of how to play the game. Like when you're learning a new language, right? Like you can have like these beautiful ideas when you're like writing in your native tongue, right? Like you can be a superb author in your native tongue, but if you're learning a new language, you're not going to write Pride and Prejudice or War and Peace or Things Fall Apart, you know? So if you're below like 1500, really, like 1500, you're still working on the mechanics of the game from what I've seen playing like at all the different levels of Polytopia. You're still learning mechanics. So I would focus on things like upgrading your eco faster. So like the explorer trick that we just talked about, to like get your eco boost. Hey, how's it going, TJ Sims? Good to see you. We're talking about some of these earlier comments. So yeah, I would work on getting your eco up faster, only buying texts that you need. Honestly, Lord Savarroth, if there's a game or two that you felt like you should have won but you didn't, those are really nice games to look at. And if you want, you can send it in the chat and we can look at it. So yeah, thanks. So your second comment, I know it's a complex game. I've been playing for a while and have an understanding of the aspects of the game and what generally to do. I think I'm just missing the knowledge that you're talking about that makes someone a good Polytopia player. Maybe pro strategies and such. I follow, by the way, I love Polytopia, and anyone who puts out content such as yourself should have more followers. Thank you for the compliments, by the way. That helps. Ooh, gauge farming versus rogues as first tier 2 tech. Yeah. Ooh. Sure. Go for it. Bluish tint, by the way. And yes, I agree. Dynamic. That's really... It's hard to, like, give people specific advice. So I can, like, talk about generalities, like, all night, but... Yeah. How do I gauge farming versus rogues as the first tier 2 tech with Oumaji? With Oumaji or just in general, TJ? Trying to think if there's a game we did here. Okay. So I almost always go rogues first. That's my rule of thumb, is rogues first. I go farming first if it's a big map and like I get an immediate economic advantage from going farming. So like if I'm going to get a quick giant from going farming first, or if I don't have many cities, then I'll go farming. Or if I've had really low eco. So there was this one game, I'm trying to remember. Isn't this one? No, it wasn't. Okay, there was this one game where I went climbing first instead of, yeah, I agree with that, Germanic. You don't really need farming. Farming is good for getting giants 3 and 4. Say 3 and 4, because rogues gets you giant 1, usually, unless you're playing, like, small, then it won't necessarily get you giant 1. Small or tiny, but normal and up, it gets you giant 1. Just because you get your 5 saves, and you're pretty much guaranteed, yeah, so with your 5 saves, you usually have enough pop without putting your Grand Bazaar on your capital, but worst case, you place your Grand Bazaar on your capital. And then, yeah, there's usually Grand Bazaar and Park of Fortune on a level 3 city for your Jai 2, right? Easy. And then, yeah, then you only really need farming if it's a long game and you need multiple giants, or you're going for, like, construction markets and, like, you need more eco to play them out. So that's my rule of thumb. There are definitely exceptions, but yeah, generally speaking, if it's a toss-up, then you probably need to go rogues. But I also had to change how I play with the new rogues update, or it's not really that new anymore, but with the rogues costing 3 stars, I had to change how many explorers I get, so I usually only get 1 explorer for every 4 cities or so. 1 explorer for every 4 cities. Generally speaking, just because, like, you need an extra workshop or 2 to afford all the rogues that you need as Oumaji nowadays. So, like, in this last game that we played with Bluish, I got 2 explorers off of 4 cities, and that's what I used to do all the time, right? But I knew I was getting these other 2 cities, so, like, 2 explorers out of 6 cities, like, that's fine. That's fine. I would have liked to get another workshop, but I wanted the vision more. So yeah, that's the other thing to keep in mind when you're going rogues. If you're having to take a lot of explorers for whatever reason, you might want to consider farming even more. So yeah, if you guys want to send over a replay, I'll check that out. I'll start these random games just in case we don't, though. This was right? Have I done Archie yet? With Oumaji? I think so. We could do a Archie game. Let's go large Archie. We'll switch that for our normal dry. Honestly, like, that's one of the first... So, back in, like, version... I don't know, it might have been 52, even 54, like, with 2-star chop and whatever. I really liked Oumaji on Archie because it was only, like, a 1-point tribe at the time in Polychamps. And it was a really good 1-point tribe on Archie. Like, it was better than the other. Team Bridge a lot. Yeah, nowadays. But yeah, back before they had bridges. I really liked Oumaji on Arky. Yeah, it's back to 1 point. It was 2 points for a while. Oh, is it 1 point on Arky though? That makes sense. Yeah, I think it's better on Arky than a lot of other tribes. And back then when you had custom houses, what did I just make? What games did I just make? Oh, 256 Arky, okay. Yeah, with custom houses, you didn't have many forests and you didn't have as many mountains with Oumaji, not compared to like Vengir or, I mean, Imo was like for whatever reason, people didn't think Imo was that good on Arky, even though it was awesome on Arky. But ignoring Imo, setting that aside, compared to like Hoodrick, Vengir, their custom house potential was much better. And they started with writing, of course, so they didn't have to go into they didn't have to buy as many techs. Pangea. Sorry, we got Arky. Or we didn't get Arky, we got Pangea. I left that hook. Let's see what they are. But yeah, even like compared to Yaddick, wait, what? Why didn't they get anything? Oh, okay, they did. Oh, nice. Playing Monarchy. Sounds good. I'll check it out. Okay, we got Chuang Village. So it looks like they're Imperious, that's my bet. Because nobody plays Bodger anymore when there's Imperious around. Okay, it looks like they got Riding. See what we got. Ooh, that's really good. But yeah, sorry, even compared to Yaddick, Oumaji had really good custom houses. Yaddick, of course, was nice because trade was right by rogues. I mean, still is, but it's not as big of a deal now because you have to get like a bunch of other techs to make trade worthwhile. Okay, so here's a situation where I would consider going farming first, but I think we'll still go rogues. So getting rogues pre-CU2 is awesome. Like, I think we're heading the score, of course, but I think we're actually like ahead of this Imperious with that tank star ruin. Tank star ruins are great for any tribe, but Oumaji particularly loves them. So we didn't get an explorer, and I don't know that we will get an explorer because we might get one here because we already have a lot of units exploring, and so we can get away with not making an explorer as quickly. So like this one's definitely a workshop. Yeah, it probably is. I bet you're right. Thankfully I'm going to go south with this right whenever it's free. So like it's fine. Come on. Oh, they are Bodder. Well, why you know? I mean, makes farming a little bit better for us. Not because Bodder has farms, but because they have forests to burn. Forests to burn. Okay, so this is one of those situations where I'm still considering a explorer right here, but we're going to take it a turn later because we're going to go south, and I think that will unfog these tiles. So that's one of the basic mechanic things to learn, by the way, that I was talking about. Explorers randomly choose it was actually over there. Explorers randomly choose among the fog tiles that are next to you, so it could have gone on any of these 3 tiles when we started, and you can see it's doing a awesome job now. Just kidding, that was a horrible explorer. And then it just keeps going, and chooses a random nearby fog tile and tries to and goes next to it. It will pick tiles from up to 2 tiles away. And that was a change. It used to just be like 1 tile away. And here, for instance, I didn't choose Explorer, even though this is close to the enemy, because it was just as likely to go north and not explore anything as it was to go south and explore something. So, because I didn't take the Explorer, though, I have to make that Rider. That's why it would be nice to make an Explorer. I probably should make the Rider there, because a single road gets me over there and over there. So I'll probably make those 2 rogues and get this rider onto here. Oh yeah, road movement is really important for learning how to play too. You know, I'm just listing all these things. It would be helpful to actually have a guide there. Should make one. Should make one. 10 things that noobs don't do when learning Polytopia. Sounds like a good video. It's just out there, the idea for whoever wants to use it. I'll probably do something with it. Hey! Nice. Okay. We will look at that here in a sec thing. Okay, so I messed this up by getting that road earlier. Shouldn't have, because it delayed this upgrade by turn. Okay, so 2 rogues now, or I guess the rogues would go here, wouldn't they? I guess we could go right here. I think that costs 1 road fewer. Oh no, because like this, well, it costs the same number of roads either way. So here. Could go, no, I kind of like that. Just debating rogues. It's more of a thing. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have any losses in any of my recent games. Oh no. That's what we call a modest flex. Just kidding. If you like, I can send you a saved wing. I'm sure I have some improvements there too. Here's my most recent game. It's creating some giant wings. 121 just for fun. Bad choice, but oh well. If you want a game with a better meta, I can sing that one as well. Honestly, that game should be fine, because it will show me they went to Altar of Peace. The cheeky little son of a gun. They did the strat. They did the philosophy strat. That does explain their score. There's a village right here, mark my words. Okay, so dig that, because upgrade, of course. Mark my words. You know, people always say mark my words, but you never hear Luke my words. Oh, I'll see myself out. Let's go like this, I think. That's what the idea was, by the way. Grand Bazaar. So we do need to use Grand Bazaar for this upgrade, but that's fine. Turn 8 giant is great, especially against an Oumaji who's not going for, or sorry, against a Bodger who's not going for that. Thanks. I'm here 2 days a week. Works. Oh, I'm gonna be embarrassingly happy about that, aren't I? About that joke. Okay, so we haven't attacked at all yet. Let's see. So we could... Actually, this doesn't have a giant with farming. What has a giant with farming? This one almost does, so we'll put the brewing right there. The brewing is a monument. Oh my heck. I read brewing somewhere, like on the Polytopia Reddits or whatever. And at the time I was like, oh, what a noob. They call it a ruin. Casual flex. Yup. At what point do you determine what win condition to use, and is it most of the time cloaks? Actually, no. I don't use cloaks most of the time. That might be a personal problem. I find that cloaks are best as a mid-game unit. So like once people have got about like 3 to 4 giants, like that's about where they excel. Sorry. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that there's right there, I was right. Okay, I thought there was. That's fine. Because we get to murder him. So most of the time I don't think it's cloaks. Most of the time I use road dryer to hold on, right? So let's go ahead and smack that guy. That guy can't reach. So we'll go like this. So it really depends. I usually like get a couple of giants and then push into the border stays, and if that doesn't win, I mean, I use a wide variety of ideas. Like I'll work around their edges, like work at their exposed villages, right? So right here, they're not going for giants, so that tells me I can just make units and win. So like I'm even willing to make units all the way back in the back because they're on such a low say count, like they're only on 3 says. So that means that even if they do get giants, like I can just make units and win just fine. If they have lots of giants, then I try to hold on to my like less defensible cities first and either make giants or attack where the giants aren't going. So like if they send all of their giants like along this front, say, or like down the middle, say they had like 3 or 4 giants and they sent them all around the city and like around here, then my riders are working the edges, right? If they send a giant, like 2 giants over here and 2 giants over here, then my riders are picking out the middle. I go cloaks. Usually I wish, but try not flex. Oof. Okay, so this is where we just kill. We just make stuff and kill. We just make stuff and win, pretty much. So we have 3 minutes to go. Yes, and they added the ability for you to have like up to 5 games on your. So like here, if I had a different ending slot, this is the micro idea, I wouldn't be sieging with this, I would be sieging with this guy. But because I had to use this same tile and get the rider out of the way, yeah, I couldn't do the micro that I normally would like to. So yeah, just making lots of riders, lots of rogues, and we kill. Kill. That's the win condition here. It is good to think about win conditions though. Like generally, if I'm not sure what to do in a situation, I ask myself, what is my win condition? Like you were saying, TJ. Or how do I win? That's usually how I phrase it, is how do I win in this situation? Or if I'm thinking about resigning, how do I win? Okay, let's go workshop actually. We have lots of units. I think they're about to transition. Now that I Or like really they should be about to transition since I have so many units. And like I'm clearly getting like these frontier areas just because I have way more units than he does. And I have rogues. So that's the other thing too, right? Like here's a whole different topic that we could talk about. Local superiority. Yeah, see, he went defenders, so that still means we can win by making units. But it also means that we don't have to go super fast. So there's the strategic idea of local superiority. Local superiority. Oh my heck. I don't know why some words are so hard to say. But they are. Local superiority. Oh my heck. I practiced saying it like 4 or 5 times obnoxiously and I still can't say it. Oh, well, I guess we're capturing that, see? May as well capture that one too. Since we're on the roll. On the bankroll. Okay, so I'm putting that over there because really there's a warrior like right here. And I would like that warrior dead. He's on my kill list. Oh dear. Harvest has a kill list. I mean, what do you expect? I play strategy games. Of course I have a kill list. Okay, so let's go ahead and assassinate that guy. And let's assassinate this guy. And let's go ahead and hit this friend. I guess they're not friends if we're killing. Well, I don't know. Sometimes you kill your friends, right? Siege that. May as well, may as well. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's a unit somewhere around here. I'm not sure exactly where, but I'm pretty sure there is one. So I should have left this tile open, that way my giant could have attacked a turn earlier. My mistake. Okay. Yeah, so that was the win condition, just make lots of stuff. Like, that's my freaking capital giant, you know? Like, it's turn 11 and my capital giant is knocking on their door on cross-spawn scheme. Oh, well, there you go. That does it. Okay, let's look at this game. Okay, so it's pulling it up now. There we go. Oh, you have a new skin. Nice. Oh, and they played Vengir. Interesting. So, really, what they should have done, because they're Vengir. So, here's a critique for them. As Vengir, this is like your ideal spawn, right? Like, this is their vision, right? Turn 0. Turn 0. Like, this is your dream spawn. And, like, they went, double swordsman, right? Because, like, that's what you do if you're playing Vengir on Tiny. This is your dream spawn, but they go north instead of going west, which west was the definite correct position to go. They went hunting, which, yeah, see, they're being really cautious as Vengiring. That is not how you play Vengir. Okay, so, okay, let's see what you're doing. So, let's pretend that this is a normal game. This is a great city. It's a great city. It has 5 resources that you can use. Yeah. Those replays do expire, though. Okay, so here's the thing. With Tiny, right? Tiny is a whole different beast than, like, small on up. Like, small to large games, small, normal, large, I'll play, like, have similar ideas and strategies. Like, they're a little bit different. But, Tiny is basically, like, the same. It has the same kind of difference. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and paste the larger one. Tiny is basically as different as, like, War World is from every other map type, or massive from every other map type, right? Like, because with Tiny, you actually want to take an Explorer on your capital. I'm just talking while you're sending your new replay. Yeah, Tiny, you want to take an Explorer on your capital, and that's a pretty recent change, actually, from lighthouses being added to the game. You didn't used to worry so much about it, but with lighthouses, you want to go for Eye of God monument early. So Eye of God is one of those monuments that suddenly became relevant when they added lighthouses, but only really for tiny and small, and sometimes normal. And occasionally you can even pull it off on bigger map types, but usually on those bigger map types, you're winning still. Okay, so let's look at this new replay. So, who's who? Okay. Nice. So, you kind of had a mediocre spawn here. This was the correct start for that spawn, for sure. Really crappy spawn, though. You do have double fruit, so here, yep, Org is the right play. Just to kind of make up for having a sucky spawn. And yep, that's good. It's good ecoing. So here, to me, this looks like... Let's see, this is a normal map? Oh, it's a large map. So yeah, you don't need an explorer yet. You used to be able to take an explorer, but with the lumber hut change, with the rogue change, a workshop here is fine. I don't really like this Polytopia, by the way. This is a very Illyrian specific thing. But with Illyrian, you really want sanctuaries. It's a big deal. Especially, because, well, for a couple reasons, right? Sanctuaries, or crypts as they're called in this skin, let you get a huge eco boost, like huge SBT boost, which is really important for Illyrian specifically, because they play, they don't have giants, right? So they kind of have to play rogues, rider, mixing archers, mixing defenders occasionally, with polytarsing warriors, of course. But road riders is really big for Illyrian. And that's because they get this eco boost. So the fewer polytars you can make, the better, because that just speeds up your sanctuaries, right? Like, this is a beautiful sanctuary spot. Like, level 4. Oh, going farming before sanctuaries, or before lumber huts. That's not good. So here, like, I mean, I can kind of see the reasoning, because there's a level 3 here, there's a level 3 here, there's a level 3 here, but they all require double farms. And that's a really expensive way to level 3, right? Because it's only +1 SPT. So your ROI for, so you're returning on your investment for a level 3 is really good if you're using tier 1 resources. So if you're using like fruit or animals, which you can't as Illyrian, or fish, which you can't on drylands, it's really good. You have really good ROI on level 3s if you're using those tier 1 upgrades. Once you start needing 5 stars to get level 3, then it starts having a really bad ROI. So you have a much better ROI going forestry in this case than you do farming, because you have a level 3 here, you have a level 2 here, eventually going to be a level 4, right? You have a level 3 here eventually. Actually, it could be a level 5 eventually, which is great. You have a good village right here for sanctuaries. That's what, a level 2 right away, pretty much. Could get better. Here, you don't really have a sanctuary. Like, this is probably like my last sanctuary spot. Yes, so almost always, like, there are very rare exceptions, of course. I think those very rare exceptions almost always involve an early egg. So here, if you had a pop brewing, then I could see going farming, maybe. I still like sanctuaries a little bit better. But yeah. So farming is a good tech now that lumber huts are nerfed. Farming is good tech, but it's not the best tech. So forestry, for Illyrian, farming is like, it's kind of like Oumaji and like many other tribes where you get it after you get rogues. Because you get your first egg or two out with rogues, and then you go farming to kind of beef up your economy and to get, oh, so like this is great. You have a instant level 3 crypt right here. So you use farming to get to either beef up your economy and to get more eggs. Those usually go hand in hand, but yeah, that's the main idea with farming. And with like other tribes, you can kind of rush farming, get away with it more, like if you're going construction trade. If like these are the 2 tech paths that you're doing right away. With Illyrian though, your economy grows so fast with crypts that you get like the kind of eco that other tribes get from markets. Like on turn 14, you get that kind of eco on like turn 8 from crypts. You don't have giants though, and that's your main downside. But crypts really help you with that. Not just because of the money, but also because of the polytars, right? So crypts / sanctuaries give you a polytar every 2 turns. So every 2 turns. So that means, and I have to credit somebody else for pointing this out to me. What was his name? Jasper? No. Japheth. That's what his name was. Japheth. With sanctuaries, right? Like you get the polytar every 2 turns. So you just keep track of when your animals are appearing or when you put down the crypt / sanctuary. And then once it fills out, then like the turn after it appears, like the turn before your new one is going to appear, you pop the sanctuary, right? And that means that you basically have like weak swordsman for 3 stars, right? Because you lose the 1 SPT for the 1 turn, but then you get back. The thing that really irritates me is when I see like somebody, I mean this is just a pet peeve, it doesn't like really irritate me when I see other people playing this against me, because I'm like, oh, you're a noob, so I'm going to crush you, or whatever I say in my head. It bugs me to see people see the grave or polytar appear, and then they instantly turn it into a polytar, right? Like, because, especially if they're using it for, like, ships, or, like, putting into a raft, because they could have waited a turn and got an extra star, right? And just made a warrior in there or whatever. So if they, like, turn back, like, delay their polytar every other turn, like, that's the right idea, but at the wrong time. Like, that you get 1 extra star per every cycle if you just, like, don't get the polytar the turn that appears, but the turn after, because it's going to appear the next turn anyway. So, anyway, sanctuaries are good. TLDR. Farming is something you get after rogues. So what I usually do, what I almost always do, is I go forestry pre C2. With Illyrian, I go, so here, this is one of the cases where Orc was better. But what I usually do is I try to have my warrior on a village on turn 3, so I don't mind missing the first turn when I get poly pushed. Because if I see a village, I'm going to get that village with the polytar anyway. So, like, say this is a polytar and this is a warrior, right? Here you're not getting village. Say this is the polytar and the warrior. So the warrior sees the village. Instead of going on the village with the warrior, I would go like east and like try to keep going. I mean, in this case there's mounting or whatever. But I would actually skip the village and collect it with the polytar, right? Because you want like a double capture on double or triple capture on turn 3. That's your ideal. Triple capture is great, right? Because you go forestry, because you you have 1 star turn 0, then 3 turn 1, 5 turn 2, and 7 turn 3. So then you get sanctuaries, or you get forestry, right? So then you're left with 1 star, and then however much SPT you get from capturing saves. So 2 villages. Well, partially so you can get the cheaper tech, right? But it's also because your goal is a turn 4 sanctuary, right? If you get 2 villages, 2 or 3 villages on turn 3, then turn 4 you're getting a turn 4 sanctuary. And if it's a sanctuary like this one, that's plus 3 SPT. And that's really good. And if it's like over here, that's only plus 1 SPT, right? But you're getting your sanctuary up, and that's going to be plus 4 SPT eventually. And it's going to bring this one up a little bit faster. So the ROI is really good on, like, sanctuaries if they're fully ammoed, fully loaded. So, like, your ROI on... Wow, here's my really technical economic discussion. So, your ROI on, like, your normal upgrade, right? You have to factor in the org costs and the actual fruit costs too. So that's why I liked the lighthouse part, by the way, because that it has a next turn ROI. Because you already have the warrior, that's the sunk cost. So you get your fruit, and the upgrade pays for itself the next turn. So with your workshop, right? So with most workshops, it's a 2-turn ROI, right? Because where you break even. That's what I'm talking about with when I'm talking about ROI. I'm thinking about when you break even and, like, actually start, like, making money. So if you just think about the fruit cost, it's a 2-turn ROI. But really what you're needing to factor in is the tech cost too, right? So with a turn 3 org or turn 2 org or whatever, turn 3 really, because that's when you're getting the upgrades, that costs 9 stars for plus 2 SPT, but then it only costs 13 stars for plus 4 SPT, right? With sanctuaries, it costs 11 SPT for plus, like, 2 to 4 SPT usually. You can have some crazy spawns where you start with, like, 6 plus SPT, and that's obviously better, right? Because that has an ROI of 2. And, like, having an ROI of 2 when you're factoring in the tech cost is just crazy. But yeah, usually what you're looking for with sanctuaries is an ROI of 3, right? Because that's, or 4 really, because, like, get the sanctuary money back in, like, 2 turns, right? That's pretty standard. And you're getting, like, the tech cost back in another 2 turns. And you'll notice that that's the exact same, that's actually slightly better than with org, right? Because org takes 2 turns. So, like, if you think about it in terms of, like, when do you get back to 9 SPT, or sorry, when do you get back to 9 stars after upgrading these 2 saves? So turn 3 you get your upgrade, right? So now you're at 5 SPT. You go from 2 to 3 because you're capturing that, so that's kind of free SPT, to 5 SPT. So that you're getting 2 more stars because you spent the 9 stars. Then next turn you have, well, the turn after you get the 2 stars, you get, like, 6 stars total, because you get plus 4 more stars because you upgrade this other save, but you have that extra cost, right? So 13 SPT, or 13 stars that you're trying to make back now. So you have this paying itself back 2 turns afterwards, So 2 stars back of your 13, so you have 11 stars to make back. Then the next turn you have 7 stars to make back. So it really only takes 4 turns to pay it for itself, right? 4 turns. And that's super standard. If you go sanctuaries later though, that ROI is much slower. That's the you could have just make this an email kind of sentiment, like TLDR. Sanctuaries later not only upgrade slower, so you're missing out on that like earlier upgrade time, because they snowball a little bit, right? You're also missing out on the tech cost. So sorry, I probably lost everybody, but TLDR, sanctuaries are good. Go sanctuaries first. Like, there's this whole like discussion that you can get into with nerds on like the discords, right, of like what has the best ROI, like why do we go one way versus another way. Like Polytopia is one of the few Polytopia, I guess other like economic strategy games are one of the few places outside of an economy class where I see people get passionate about ROI. Like, I mean, I guess theoretically in business learn more here about econ here than my actual econ classes. Yeah. Like, I learned a little bit econ from my econ class, but really most of it came from Polytopia. So yeah, like here, like this is a level 4 sanctuary spot. Like, oh, that's so delicious, right? Like, this is level 3. This is level 3. Yes, exploring the city would have been best for sure. And here you can actually get forward. So I'm thinking if you hack sanctuaries, right? You would still get org. But yeah, this is a spot where you can actually get polytar. And then get like the lumber hutch underneath it. That's the other really nice thing about sanctuaries, right? Or sorry, forestry, is like you get the eco from both the actual sanctuaries, but you also get the lumber huts for the level 2s. It's really easy to get level 2s as Illyrian, because, I mean, your first check is always forestry, right? Yeah. Like, honestly, if... Don't take away anything else from this besides crypts, or forestry. What is this? Surely that's not... No, it's... Did you go meditation? Oh, it's meditation. Yes, that's the other thing, too. Sanctuaries are great. Like, for so many reasons, right? Like, a building that gives you 5 SPT, like 4 to 5 SPT, relatively easily, and only costs 5 stars, like, and it doesn't have any other investment, like, that's the thing with markets, right? Like, that's 6 techs that you need, right? You need writing to trade, and you need some other level 3 tech, whether that be mathematics or construction or smithery. You can't just make it work with ports anymore. Yeah. All the trade options. All of the non-city options for eco. Yeah, like 5 for Zabasi. It's also 5. You only need the 5 for Yadek. But, they end up going rogues anyway. Markets don't get cloaked. They don't. Do not. Yeah, like, this is beautiful. Yeah. You went for them. Took a minute. Turn 12. I mean, you got them. And you checked them off your bucket list. Yeah, I mean, I could see it for some things. I don't think markets should get cloaked because you spend so much money investing into the market anyway. Like, it seems like having that to be like a very, 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 very soft counter to cloaks is good enough. For sanctuaries, like, if cloaks worked on sanctuaries, then people would actually cloak layering, right? Because like right now you just get 3 stars back and 2 units, and that's pretty standard because you only ever face level 2s. Yeah, if you got sanctuary money, then I think you would see a lot more people going for. Should have had rares ready to meet somebody. Yeah, usually you want to get rares like basically right after forestry. So I would have skipped mathematics. I mean, here meditation and philosophy kind of worked for you because Lost Volcano, that was pretty beautiful. Here it kind of worked for you because they didn't expand, right? Like, and it's large. Really, they should have had this city, or at least like this one and like this one already. It's turn 15. Like, they should be like fighting along this line. This line right here, because like they're not going to get quite as much of the map as you. Sumay expands a little bit slower than other tribes, and Illyrian expands faster than other tribes, so you're going to get slightly more than half the map. Large scale. So I guess philosophy kind of works for here, but generally my upgrade path is forestry, then riding, then Org or Rogues, and then the other one. So sometimes I go forestry and then Org if I am really struggling in the eco department. But usually, yeah, your second or third check is riding, and then your third or fourth is Rogues. Yeah, I want to experiment more with philosophy with other tribes ever since Justini pioneered going philosophy on continents, 400 continents. I'm trying to explore going philosophy earlier in other matchups too, and I think maybe Illyrian is one of the people you can do it with, but I'm not convinced yet because yeah, he's the reason I'm not philosophy. He's the reason that I've been trying out philosophy. Yeah, bigger map the better, for sure. And also the wetter the map, the better. So, like, I'm not sure that... Yeah, I can see that being really good. Maybe that's what we should have done. Maybe we should revisit Xingji. Just kidding. I am still sick of Xingji. My basic issue with it is it works really well or not. Depends on things you don't find out before you do it. Yeah, it really is kind of all in. Like, it's like... I mean, it's in the same way that, like, greed openings are an all-in of sorts. They're, like, committing to not getting all-in. True meditation on war. Yeah. Yeah, the more watery the map type is, generally, the better philosophy is. That's not true for Archipelago. That's the exception. But generally speaking, more watery is. And it's also not true on Pangea, I don't think. I think maybe you can do it on Pangea. I've been experimenting with Aquarian, ignoring the middle of the map on Pangea and exploring the edges. On Archie, I don't think philosophy is as good because you don't need as many techs, right? Like, theoretically, on Archie, you can go with whatever your starting tech is and go fishing and ramming or sailing. Like, 2 techs. Like, back before the naval update, I used to play Kiku Archie all the time, and I would play fishing and sailing, and that was all the tech I would get the whole game. And I would get multiple giants and get like lots of ships, and if it really got into deadlock, I would go navigation. It's just because like the map is effectively so much smaller on Archie because you have land units that are able to explore alongside naval units. And when you have both options like that, you can make use of the mobility of the naval units, but also make use of the cheapness of the land units. And like that tag team lets you explore really fast, much faster than you can explore on continents, and obviously much faster than you can explore on Waterworld. It's also partially due to the distribution of the villages. So on continents games, you get like clumps of villages, right? You get the villages clumped based on the landmass. With lakes, you have a more even distribution, but you tend to have like these huge empty like voids where there's a lake in the middle of the board and there's no saves there. On Archie, you don't really get that. You get an even distribution. So you have like a similar speed of expansion as with Drylands or Pangea. But yeah. Nice. Okay, so mindbenders are one of those things that work against players that don't have vision, and they work really well against certain strategies. So I don't think like generally you can do it against Semanti, but I think Illyrian is one of those exceptions. Yeah. So mindbenders, generally speaking, are great for road riders. And I know that sounds a little bit weird because that's usually like a low-tech option, right? But your idea with road riders, right, is you're kiting the riders back. You're kiting them back, and if you have a mindbender or two to heal them, then they have a higher ROI on how much you can use them, right? So that's an idea. The only problem is knights, right? But with Semanti, you don't have to worry about knights. So I think mindbenders in this matchup is one of the best like cases for them against Semanti, but not like this quite. You want to push them onto it because see, they can just do that. You want to push them into things, and you can push things in really unexpected ways with Illyrian, right? Because like, I mean, I've had multiple games where I've had an opponent like push a mindbender like multiple tiles, like 2 or 3 tiles, and then tap my giant. Because like normally with mindbenders you think about like them getting pushed off the sea. Well, with mindbenders you think about you have to think about them attacking you anywhere that there's like animals to turn into polytars. It's like a whole different kind of logic. Like with rogues, you're thinking about field tiles, forest tiles, right? Like mountains block you, right? It's sort of the same with mindbenders getting pushed by Illyrian, except it's just forest tiles. And you have to stay like away from like the touching the one tile radius of where there is one of the sickest moves in the game. You have to stay away from the radius with your important units, right? And it's a different radius. That's gonna be your next series, actually, is Illyrian Riderless, which, you know, just means... Yeah, so, like, this isn't how to play with, Mindbenders and Illyrian, like, spamming them like this. Like, all they have to do is just kill it. This is working here because you're so far ahead. Like, this player is playing so slowly that you can kind of just do whatever you want. And they don't have the units to deal with it because they have so few saves. That's the other really nice thing about Illyrian coursing. Like, this is something that every player gets, is like, they can rush, right? Like, Illyrian, like, you make lots of units, yay, rush. But you also have a higher unit production in the mid and late game too than any other tribe can manage with. So, like, say you have these 5 says, right? And Oumaji actually has the rest of the map. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe I'll say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 says, right? So they can make 15 units each turn. You actually can make 10 units. So like 2/3 of the number of units on 1/3 of the says that they have. Which is just silly, right? Like, you're making twice as many units per city as they can. I mean, half of them are all polytars, but yeah. Well, it's actually not 10 units per turn. It's actually like 7.5, right? Because it's every other turn. But that's still really good. You're able to manage on a lower say count. Like, you're able to reinforce better on lower say counts than any other tribe can. Okay. Speaking of need to go, I need to go too. Thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for asking questions. Thanks for hanging out. And we will raid. Who are we gonna raid today? Who we gonna raid? Who are we going to raid? Thanks for coming. Good having you guys. Good talking. Good strategy. Yeah, like, I know we didn't get many games in this time, but I like having a break like this where we get to like talk more strategy and like what helps people be good at the game. Because that's what this is about, really, is trying to help you guys. Not just do gratuitous challenges. Thanks for coming, you guys. We'll be back on Saturday for the 3 hours with the with the Oumaji. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, or end of your week.